Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC, and welcome to episode 200 of my Minecraft world. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic today. Dudes, we're gonna do a world tour, and real quick before we start, I've got a couple of announcements, dudes. Check it out. We got t-shirts. So for any of you who have been asking or are interested in getting a t-shirt, I will have a link to the Spreadshirt shop down below in the description, and you can go check it out. I got two designs. I got this one, which is just kind of the main logo, and then I've also got one that has the kind of the banner thing across the top of my YouTube channel. But they come in black and gray as kind of the default colors, but you can do other colors, but I'm afraid that the designs won't show up that well if you do like some of the lighter colors. So just go around, play around with it, but keep that in mind when you're ordering your t-shirt. You can choose different colors, but I suggest black and dark gray. So we got that out of the way. The next big announcement is I'm announcing the reboot of my Patreon account. So I've had a Patreon for a long time, and I've never really pushed it towards you guys. And I think now is kind of a good time just to kind of spread the word and share it with you guys. If you're interested in supporting the channel, it's a good option. So, you know, I'm not going to force you guys. Nothing ever is going to be like paid content and stuff like that. YouTube is always free. These videos are always free. Anything I put out is going to always be free. The Patreon is just kind of for some people that want to support the channel a little extra, and you know, there's some cool rewards along the way. So I think once we get to a certain amount of patrons over there, we're going to set up a fan server and all kinds of cool stuff. So it's for Ark and Minecraft, so keep that in mind. But the rewards are all set up over there, so that's something you can go check out. If you're interested in supporting the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. So any kind of proceeds and stuff we get from the Patreon and the t-shirts and donations and all that kind of good stuff, it's going to go towards like streaming setup. So you can see right now I have no background or no green screen or nothing. I do have a green screen, but it doesn't really work that well. So all that kind of stuff is just going to go towards improving the video content for you guys, and you know, for streaming and computer parts and all that kind of good stuff. So it's all just going to be dumped right back into the channel. So, you know, just wanted to throw that out there. But anyways, dudes, we ready for a world tour? We got so much to explore. Like I said, we're not really going to be exploring the old world too much. We are going to, got witches over there. Oh man. We're just going to be kind of exploring what we have over here, where we've been kind of for like the last half year, or actually it's been more than a year. It's been a long time, but we're going to kind of work our way from left to right here and just kind of check everything out. Actually, we'll work from right to left because this is kind of where it all started. We built the subscriber hut and all that kind of good stuff, but oh man, this is going to be a long video. I'm not gonna mess with you guys. You're just gonna end up poisoning me. But anyways, let's get started, dudes. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic today. I am so excited for episode 200, man. We have been doing so much work around here, and I am excited to show it off. So I know a lot of you guys are new, and a bunch of other cool stuff. Man, you check out that landing. That was like almost perfect. So this is where we originally started when we came over to the amplified biome. So originally this world was just your normal terrain. We started in large biomes, and I think we started in one of the snapshots that came out, or it was the snapshot that came out that introduced the large biomes. And this world has been updated so many times, I don't know what the actual seed is. So I can do, let's do seed. Can we do this? There's the seed. I don't know what kind of seed it's going to give you. This world, like I said, has been updated so many different times that you may end up with something completely different than what we got here. So that's unfortunate, but like I said, there is a world download, so if you want to come play here, you most definitely can. But yeah, so we updated a normal large world biome, or large biome world, to the amplified terrain, and I think that kind of screwed some stuff up. But yeah, so we're over here in the amplified terrain, and this I love, man. I didn't want to lose our old world, so I just updated everything over here. And this was one of our very first builds. This was our first subscriber hut. We called it Subscriber Island because in this series, if you're unfamiliar, I take your guys' requests via comments on YouTube videos, and then we take those comments and make them a reality. And so I used to have a bunch of books in here with your guys' comments, kind of just with the episode number and what the actual comment was. But since then, we have actually moved everything over to the castle, and we'll get to that eventually. Hopefully I'm not dropping any frames. I'm using a different recording program to do all this. So yeah, the sound may sound a little different than normal as well, but yeah, anyways, not much going on over here yet, but I have some big plans for all this stuff over here. And it's just kind of like a little enchanting room and stuff like that. And then over here at the new iron farm, that we just built over the last couple episodes. We're getting a ton of enchanted books from the fish farm, which we're going to be moving over into this place. Just kind of enchanted book storage for the most part. I think I may adjust some of these walls here, get rid of the item frames and set up chests. That way we have space for all those enchanted books. But other than that, there's not a whole lot over here. We got a nice little garden. It is about nighttime too, so that's unfortunate. But we got that dog Chaos, and from one of the updates, we can no longer access this guy. He's stuck sitting here forever. He's been here for so long. This was actually somebody's comment request that we name a dog that dog Chaos. But so he's just kind of the guardian of this area over here. We can't actually move him or do anything like that, and he's stuck. But other than that, there's not a whole lot going on over here. We have the bridge, which I actually really love this bridge. We don't come over here too often, but when we do, it's just kind of nice to look at, man. We've been doing a lot of work on this side of the amplified terrain over here, and it's coming along really, really nicely. So we got the bridge that was really kind of difficult setting up the curve. I made a big deal about it in that actual episode, talking about the curve, and I hate doing curves in Minecraft, man. Curved bridges are rough. We got our vine farm right here, so nothing spectacular, amazing. It's just a nice little place to get vines. And we started doing this when they introduced the mossy cobblestone, when you could actually craft it. So that's super helpful, super useful. And I guess we're going to kind of go over this stuff. This is all the new stuff that we've been working on over the last week from a Minecraft World Week. And we got a lot of work done, man. We got the rest of the bridge implemented, so that just goes back over there into the subscriber hut. And we got the blacksmith shop. We'll go up there and take a look at that. But this is the beauty of our world now, man. This is my baby. This is our iron farm, and you can tell that it's working pretty well, man. So we're almost at, what is that, 12 stacks of iron? Not bad, man. So it is a little slow, but that's okay. And then over here we have our AFK fish farm, which, again, going back to the enchanted books, we have a ton of, and we're going to have to start storing these guys someplace. So there's a ton of food over here. If you need food for exploring the world, it needs to be cooked, though, but lots of bows, lots of just all kinds of just junk for you guys to explore. And down here is the storage for all this. You know what? These are all slabs. Okay, so we're good. We're safe. No mobs can spawn down here. But let's do a torch back here anyway, just to give it a little bit of light. So there's a bunch of junk in those chests from the actual AFK farm. I haven't sorted everything yet. I might try to get some things sorted before this episode goes live, but if it doesn't, well, there you go. And then over here, we're coming up on the blacksmith's hut, and we'll actually go sleep in here real quick just to make it daytime so it's a little bit safer. I added this staircase in before last episode. We haven't connected it up just yet. It's going to be for some future projects. But I think eventually we're going to start working our way up this way some. We'll probably have some, I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything, but we got some ideas for all that stuff, so it'll be pretty cool. But we got the blacksmith shop in here. We messed around with some of the, what are they called, the banners? So I think it came out pretty nice, and I've done a little bit of decorating in here since we built it. I just got some armor stands in here. We got a blank one up there. I'd like to put some diamond armor on eventually. We just haven't done it yet. And back here we actually have the cool looking like forge thing that we made, and I really like it, using some of the new blocks. Oh, what up, dude? Can you get in here? Please tell me you can't get in here. Okay, you're just gonna fall down low. Okay. Okay. Oh, my mouse doesn't like using the bow. Okay, there we go. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, so we got the new magma cube blocks, or whatever these things are called, down there. And it just kind of makes for a cool looking little forge. So we got an anvil, we've got some cauldrons, and some coal blocks, and some hay, and some extra storage. So nothing crazy going on here. It's just kind of more aesthetic than anything. And most everything in this world is just aesthetic. It doesn't really have a purpose for the most part. It just looks good. That's the whole point behind this world, man. Everything just looks good, and I love it. So, like I said, this is going to connect up to something eventually, but it just hasn't yet. We haven't gotten that far, so we'll figure it out. And then we have the bridge that we worked on a couple days ago, and I love this thing, man. It is such a nice addition. It just kind of like ties the whole thing together. And then, let's see, we got this staircase, nothing crazy special. I guess I'm not gonna I'm so bad at world tours, man. I just like, I don't know, I mention everything we're looking at. But this is the cathedral. We did this not too long ago. Oh, what up, dude? You just hiding in there? Oh god, I'm on fire. Get back. I still am not very good at the new 1.9 combat system. Let's go ahead and put a torch there. I think that's a dark spot. I think we got a couple dark spots in here, honestly. But yeah, so we built this not too long ago. It's the cathedral. I still have some ideas that I want to get done in here, but we just haven't really gotten around to it. We've been busy with other things. I'd like to add some banners and different stuff in here, and then I'd also like to, behind this wall is a cave. You can kind of see it through that hole, and I'd like to add some sort of like secret tunnel or some sort of, I don't know, secret bat cave or something. It would be pretty neat. But also in here, I want to eventually kind of make this look nice. I put a bucket of water up here to kind of add like a little water feature, but I want to add some more stuff to make it a little bit nicer. And yep, down here, we're eventually going to do something with. This is just a natural cave entrance, and we're working on a custom tree. Custom trees take forever. There's my kitty. They just take forever, man, and I hate doing custom trees, but I love doing custom trees all at the same time. It just takes so much leaves, and we don't have a whole ton of leaves. I don't really have a very good like tree farm at this point, so that's definitely something we're gonna have to work on in the beginning or coming up soon. But yeah, moving on, we got this little hut. I don't know what this is really. I call it the round table house. This is like the Knights of the Round Table or something, but it does have a pretty sweet little backyard. I like this area. It just came together really nice. Like I said, everything is just meant to look good. There's not really any purpose to it. Do I have my flint and steel? I was gonna say we'll light this portal back up, but we don't have it. But yeah, so I guess now we'll kind of work our way around the back here. Watching that creeper up there on the thing. I don't want him dive bombing us later on. But let's see, we got a sheep farm. Oh, there's another rabbit. Is that Thumper? No, it's not Thumper. Oh, it is Thumper. What are you doing, man? You got loose? Oh, we had him tied off over there, but apparently the leads don't work really well with him. Did he go in there? Okay, stay trapped in there. Little jerk. But yeah, this is our sheep farm. This is where I get all of our wool and different things that we use for banners. And the reason I have this is you can see kind of right there, we got some big like kite sail things, and then also over on the ship for the sails. We'll show you here in a little while, but this is our sheep farm. Whether we are ever going to use it or move it, I don't know. It's just there. We got all kinds of stuff that we need to figure out and move around and do all kinds of crazy stuff with. We are so unorganized in this world. It's insane. But this was not too long ago. We tried doing something new a few episodes back. I wanted to go build in a cave, and I couldn't really get into it, man. This area over here is just so nice, and I like building in this spot. And this is the episode that we came back. So this is kind of what sparked the whole, not re-interest in my Minecraft world for me. What just happened there? But we came back over here. We started doing a little terraforming and terrain work and stuff, and I fell in love with this whole area over again. So this came out really, really nice. I like it. And then up here we have our windmill, which we probably should have looked at from the bottom side because there's not a whole lot to look at in here. And again, we got chests everywhere. So if you're exploring this world, there's all kinds of goodies for you to go find. I don't know what's in these chests. Probably just a bunch of random blocks, like always. But there's not a whole lot going on. So we can go upstairs. I don't think we have anything up here. I think it's just empty. But eventually we will come back and start filling all of these houses. A lot of the houses are kind of empty shells. I know that one is finished, and these two down here are finished. And there's probably a few others, but for the most part, a lot of them are empty. So eventually, we will come back and fill everything up, but not today. Not today, sir. And then up here, we have the Sky Ranch, which was one of our very first builds that we had over here. When we came to this biome, it was loaded with horses, man. So many horses. And they ended up getting despawned for some reason. All of them disappeared. It was one of the glitches when you updated to one of the new snapshots, and we had to move them all up here one by one. So at one point all of these guys were tamed, but as of now they are not, because I had to spawn them all back in. Kind of cheaty McCheaterson a little bit, but we didn't want to lose all the horses, and it was kind of a bummer that we lost them all to begin with. But this is also in a flower biome or flower forest or whatever they're called. There's so many horses though. It's insane. So eventually we'll build some sort of stable or something to put all these guys in, and I do want to do some like kingdom stuff. We haven't really worked on the castle too much lately, but eventually we will be getting around to doing some sort of knight stable or something like that and having some cool stuff like that. But let's see if we can fly over this way a little bit, and I'll show you the windmill from the top side. But yeah, so there you go. You can kind of see what's going on with the windmill. I think it looks pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. Can we make it to this tree? Perfect. But yeah, so I think this came out really, really nice. That's my first attempt at ever trying to build a windmill. and I think it came out pretty good. I don't know. What do you think? But yeah, so let's hop down here. This is actually a monument to the smooth stone. This was a user request from my buddy Slipgator. You probably know him from the Pooping Evolve server. But back when he used to play Minecraft, he was on the Hypermine server with me, and then he moved over to the Hermitcraft server. And he said, he left a comment a long time ago. He said, make a monument to Smoothstone, because that was his favorite block when he was playing. And we have a beacon set up in it now, so this is a speed 2 beacon, and I need to fix this stone here. But yeah, so it's just kind of like a cool little altar thing that we built. Again, not a whole lot of use for it, but it looks cool, right? And then over here, we have our berry farm. So check this out. If you guys have never seen this before, you got blueberries, we got raspberries back there. Yeah, all kinds of cool little detail stuff hidden throughout the world. But yeah, most of this won't probably change. I can't really see doing a whole lot of work in this spot right here. Eventually, we will make some sort of cool ornate pillar system connecting this guy. So I want to bring this down, I think, there, and then also do some work on this big natural pillar here. I don't know. It's a lot of work. A lot of stuff going on. But we move along. This is probably where we spend 99% of our time in this world, man. Over in this area, doing whether it's crafting in our little storage hut there, taking naps, getting food, whatever the case may be. But this is probably one of my favorite houses that we've ever built, man. This is one of the really this is like the first Nordic style house that we built on this side of the world, and I think it came out really nice. There's a lot of detail to it and stuff like that. The inside doesn't really match the feel for this world. It's the inside that I'm not real happy with. The outside is perfect, but the inside, it came out like a little bit more modern and I'm not a huge fan of it. It's got some cool like little lofty areas and stuff like that. We got some extra bedrooms and, you know, stuff that you can do, but I don't think it really fits all that well. Do I have anything in these chests? No, that's all just for show. Got a cool little couch thing over here. I don't know, but I don't know. I really like this house. I like the outside of it. The inside is not that bad, but again, I don't think it really fits. But the outside is perfect. Oh, I love it. And then over here, we have our little makeshift farm. We've got Ma mules, we got her mules. This was actually a subscriber from, I think it was Young Skittles that did this one. So he used to be a patron of mine. But yeah, so we got these guys, and then Pa Mules is actually our ender horse. He's in the Nether right now, and we use him to get to and from the old world to this world. He's really quick. And we got our cow farm over here, and then in here we have our wheat storage. So since we use the wheat to breed the cows, I figured we'd have this stuff pretty close by. And I think these are all out of coal, but this is where I would cook all of our meat if we weren't using fire aspect on our sword. But yeah, so again, just a bunch of empty storage, all kinds of good stuff. And then we've got another entrance to the cave, which we have not done anything with yet. But these houses here, this is kind of like the twin houses. There's not a whole lot going on with them. I just kind of wanted something to fill up this spot here. So we built these two little huts, and I end up sleeping in this house more times than anything. And again, there's a bunch of just junk everywhere for you guys to find. And maybe one of you guys can like sort out the world and get everything organized. And then I'll download that world and I won't have to do any organizing. That sounds like a good idea. But let's see, what else can we show you? I guess we'll start off. Can we? Yeah, let's go up here. Oh, so much talking. My voice is going to be dead after this episode. But yeah, so this is the King's Crossing, man. This was when we started working on the castle. I think this is the very first bit of the castle that we started working on, trying to get some of the ideas laid out and what we liked. And here's our logo, or our banner for the most part. And I don't really know what it's supposed to be. To me, it looks like a bucket pouring water. But it, you know, you can interpret it however you want to. You can make it be whatever you want. But this is King's Crossing, and I think this area came out really, really well. So it shows the amount of detail that we are eventually going to put into the castle, and just the amount of detail that I really enjoy putting into our world here. So this took forever getting all this set up and done. Tons of iron. This is all before I had an iron farm, so it was tons of mining, getting all the iron and everything that we needed. But all in all, I think it came out really, really nice. And this is still one of my favorite like hallways that we've ever done. And then over here we got the King's Courtyard. So again, not a lot of use for it. It just looks really cool. I guess that's the point of Minecraft, isn't it? Still a lot of unfinished stuff around here. So if we go take a look, I don't know if I have a bed laying around here somewhere. I thought I might have, but it looks like we don't. Over there it heads back into the flower forest, which up there is the sky ranch and all that kind of stuff. So that biome over there is kind of where I get some of my dyes and different things like that if I ever need them. And then back behind here, eventually I want to build up a bridge crossing this kind of pondy area. And I can't remember if this is a natural pond or if I filled this in. I feel like I filled it in, but I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But over there through that little cavern cave thing, it opens up into some more of the amplified terrain, and it's a roofed oak biome, whatever that biome is called. So all my dark oak and stuff like that, that's where that comes from. I try to replant everything as much as I can, but it doesn't always happen. And we got some cool little fire pits and stuff around here just to kind of light the area up. It's still really dark over here, isn't it? Like all this area is super dark, super dangerous. And eventually we're going to connect all this stuff up too. So back over that way is kind of where the castle is. And once we start doing some more work on the castle, the plan is to kind of have it wrap around the backside of the mountain and come over to this spot. So everything is kind of intertwined and intermixed and stuff like that. So I think it came out really cool though. It's been a long time since we worked on this stuff, but all in all, this is just a huge project. You guys don't even know. We're 200 episodes in, but we've put in so many hours to this world. It's insane. But over here we have Moira's Magic, or Moira's Magic. I don't know how to pronounce this. This was another user request that I asked for names and I picked the best one. So that one is there. But this is kind of turned into our potion shop a little bit. Down below, this is kind of our mushroom farm. I just let the mushrooms kind of grow all over the floor, and when we need them, I come and harvest them. All that kind of stuff. I haven't harvested mushrooms in a very long time, but this is where we put them, in this chest there. And then down here is our nether wart farm. So it's nothing crazy. It's just, you know, standard little nether wart farm. We don't have any extra nether wart at the time being, but that's okay. And then we've got our brew stands. We've got a couple of them set up around here. So it's meant to kind of look like a magic shop or like a potion shop. So this is where you'd come and get all your different ingredients for potions, and you can buy potions and all kinds of cool stuff. So we got our water source back there for brewing, and yeah, so I don't know, I like it, man. A lot of little detail work. So we got like the slab for shelving and the little clay pots, and yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. But let's head back down because I think that's about all we have up here, and we'll wrap around the backside here first. I think this will be cool. I wish we had a bed though. We need to sleep. I'm tired of dealing with mobs already. So over here are our farms. Nothing crazy. Last episode I think I mentioned, or actually it was the episode before last, I mentioned that we got some beetroot. So I definitely want to redo the farms because it's nothing spectacular right now. And I keep saying that too. I apologize. I'm trying not to talk in circles, but it's hard doing one solid take for a video. And there's our wheat farm, carrots, potatoes, and melons. I don't ever come over here just because we have so much fish in this world. I've just been surviving off of fish. But I would like to get some cool looking farms up and going because this is okay. These farms are okay. There's nothing special about them. They're just your normal crop plots. But I want to automate all this stuff. So I've got some cool ideas that we're going to work on in the future. And we can kind of do some fun stuff with all the crops. But over here we have kind of like a well. There's this kind of like a water tower type thing, and it's all closed off. There's not actually any water in there. I wonder if there's mobs in here. There probably is, or did I light it up? Well, we lost that forever. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, so this is kind of supposed to be like the town's water supply. So you know, we got the ocean and stuff like that, but that's all salt water, so you need fresh water. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's no way to collect all the clean water, but it's there nonetheless. We have a custom tree over here too, which this one actually came out really nice. It's kind of in the back, so we don't ever see it too much, but it looks just kind of like a really big oak tree. So it's pretty awesome. And then we got all our hanging leaves and vines and stuff off that stairway that we just came down. And I really like the fact that one of the things I try to focus on the most is trying just to connect everything. So I don't like having like one area that you can like the only way to get up here is from that staircase on the other side. I like to be able to get here from almost every direction. So like even right here you can see that we got a staircase over there that kind of wraps up to the farm, and then we have this one over here where we can come down, and then over here we can connect, you know, just all kinds of different stuff. We have a little stairway over here going up to our wood mill. So this is one of the other very first things we ever made. So this is like a sawmill. We got the water that pushes the logs, and the logs come here and they get cut. And this is supposed to be like an on-off switch, but you know, you just gotta kind of pretend. So, However it goes. And then we got some stored logs and stuff over here and just some chests. So all for show. But it looks cool, right? I think so. And then what else can we show you? We've got our... Oh, my eye itches. We've got our... Not a subscriber hut. Just kind of our crafting hut. This is kind of like where I am most of the time. This is all of our storage and all that kind of stuff. Man, my eye is itching. Is that better? Might be better. My eye's falling out. But yeah, so this is an unorganized mess, but this is where I spend 99% of our time. This has got all of our stuff in it, again with all the fish. You can see we got fish for days, and we just got stuff everywhere. But down here is kind of like our bulk storage. This is where we keep all, all the goodies, all the gold and iron and coal and saplings, and it's halfway organized, but yeah, good luck. Good luck finding anything. If you got questions, you can always reach me on Twitter, and my tag is actually right up there. I pointed the right way. So if you want to reach me on Twitter, that's a good way, and then my YouTube channel, which you should be watching already. And if you're not subscribed, go subscribe. But yeah, so there's not really a whole lot to show in here. This is just kind of storage for everything. And then, you know what, while we're here, let's go ahead and sleep. And we'll get this going, man. So I think next up we have the little village area. Oh, you know what? Actually, we need to go check out the boat. That's kind of like in the middle, isn't it? So we'd have to head over here. We got another custom tree. Not bad. I think this is my favorite one that I've ever made. It's kind of really overhanging, and it's kind of lopsided. It doesn't really extend too much on this side as much as that side. So, I don't know. I like it, though. I think it looks really cool. Just using the different kind of leaves with the different kinds of wood. So normally, is this spruce wood? This is the dark oak wood. That's spruce. So using the dark oak with the spruce leaves and stuff like that, I think looks really, really awesome. And then over here we got the dark oak with, I guess that's dark oak leaves as well. Excuse me, guy. You shouldn't be here, and I need your string. Thank you. Then we also have added a few of these, and I would like to add a lot more, but like little dead trees throughout the forest and stuff like that. So if you're ever in a forest, you know that you always see a ton of like little dead trees that have been, malnourished or whatever the case is, and they kind of just stand there and they look cool, man. So I wanted to add some of those into our forest here, and we just used some of the acacia logs with soul sand that kind of look like leaves, and I think it came out really, really nice. So we've got those kind of sprinkled throughout our forest here. You can kind of see a few of them here and there, but I would like to go back and add a ton more of those. We got another custom tree here, and we'll show you that from the other side too. That looks really cool. But down here we got kind of like I call this like the dock area, and it's kind of where our boat is. So we'll go take a look at this guy in a second, but just kind of take in the majesty of this thing. It's insane. I love it. It's just kind of like a docky area. There's not a whole lot going on. We come down here, and this is a bunch of just unfinished projects that we've never really gotten around to doing. I wanted to make some sort of tree farm down here, and that's what this is, and it's almost finished, but we never come down here. And it looks like one of the trees did actually grow. That's surprising, but they're all just going to be the small trees like this, so I don't know how useful it'll be. Again, just junk everywhere, and down here it opens up into a ravine that goes underneath our village, which I've got plans for eventually, but if you got some other ideas and stuff, feel free to leave them in a comment down below. So like this whole video, if you see something you think, oh man, that'd be cool if you did this, leave it in a comment, because you never know, we may pick it and it may turn into be like the next big project that we start working on. But yeah, I keep losing my train of thought, man. This is gonna be a fun video. We have some shops here that have no shopkeepers or no merchandise really. And then over here we have the Guardian. So this is our ship. This is the very first ship I have ever built in Minecraft, and I think it came out really, really nice. So down here we have a bunch of bulk storage, and I've started moving some of this stuff over here, but it just takes so long to move this amount of cobble and different things. I think we go over here, we have, let's see, we have sand. Yeah, we've got sand here, and we got prismarine here. This is all from the Guardian farm, which we'll show off here in just a little bit. We've got tons of prismarine and different things for us to use. Some nether rack. What else we got? I think that's about it. Most of these all down this way are empty. We haven't really gotten around to them yet. And back here I think is just some more storage. So it's kind of like the whole of the ship. I don't think there's anything happening in here. Yeah, it's just all empty. And then up here, what do we got? This kind of opens up to the top deck. Boom. So this is the poop deck. The poop deck. So this took forever, man. This is one of my absolute favorite builds that I've ever done, but it took so long to get it all set up and going. With our big sails and stuff like that, they're actually two separate sails. So if you take a look on this side, we got the top sail. It's kind of connected, but it's supposed to be like a top sail and a bottom sail. And the same here in the front, we got another one, and then we got like torches and stuff up top, kind of like lanterns. And then we have a crow's nest up there, and then and here is like the captain's quarters. What is that? Is that an ender chest? I feel like that's an ender chest or something. I'm not sure. But we got the captain's quarters in here, which we haven't done much yet. I would like to kind of add like a desk and maybe some cabinets and stuff in here just to kind of make it look fancy. But not a whole lot going on just yet. And then up here we have a nice little view into the captain's quarters or whatever it is. And then up here we have kind of like the mast, which you can't see crap if you're driving. So don't take this out for a spin. You'll just end up crashing it. It's too big. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, so that's the ship, man. I was really stoked to finish this. It took forever, but I think it came out really nice, and it's a good addition to this world. So I really like it. I'm trying to think of what else is on this side. There's not a whole lot. We have another custom tree right there and another custom tree here. I think we have a total of about like 5 custom trees in this world, give or take. There may be a few more that I'm forgetting about, but yeah, so got all that. And then there's another one of our little flaggy area, flag things, signs, I don't know I don't know what you want to call them. But then we got a nether portal here, which is turned off at the moment. I have had this turned off since we transported the villagers over to our iron farm over there. The portal that I needed was on that side, and it was connecting to this one, so I didn't want that one to be activated, so shut it off. Just need to restart it. So I'll try to make sure to remember to do like all the little maintenance things like that before the world download goes live. Oh, I want to show you, does this still work? So back here, how did I do this? Or does it not work anymore? I used to have a button or a piston, a lever thing or something like that you could push, and this would open up. Where's the button? I guess I don't have it here anymore. I don't remember. Yeah, so this was going to be something, but we never really got around to doing anything with. And then we got like some buttons across the floor just kind of for decoration, like stones and stuff. I think it looks pretty cool. But I think that wraps it up for this side. We've got our pumpkin farm here, which I want to start using jack-o'-lanterns for lighting and stuff like that. And it looks like I've used... Nah, I still got a bunch of pumpkins here. But we've got our pumpkin farm here that we just come and kind of harvest everything up. I would like to try to automate a pumpkin farm at some point. But you know us at trying to do things at some point. It just... Sometimes it happens and then other times it doesn't. Let's go ahead and toss those in there. We don't need those on us right now. But yeah, so that's our pumpkin farm, which we will eventually be using for lighting. Can you close for me? Thank you. Thank you. Down here, not a whole lot happening. Just these, ignore these, okay? Just ignore them. It's just a farm that we have to try to get some more of the chorus stuff. We haven't really played around with this stuff too much, but I would like to try to see about using that in the future. I think the purple stuff would actually look pretty good around here, using the chorus blocks or the purple blocks, I think is what it's called. But yeah, in here is our egg farm. The chickens have all died for some reason. I don't know why they're not in here. I don't remember if I killed them or if they just died. I don't remember. But there's a ton of eggs in there, so if we ever need to respawn them, we can. And then right here is our new beetroot farm, which the beetroots we got before last episode or something like that. I can't remember when. But yeah, so it's definitely cool that we got all the crops now. Like all the crops in the game for the most part. We got the chorus, we got the carrots, we got the beetroots. I've never had a beetroot in real life, so I don't know what they taste like. Probably gross. But we got them nonetheless. It used to be a wheat farm, but now it's a beetroot farm. And then in here, we have a bakery. So we got cookies. I know one of you has been asking about cookies a lot. Here's your cookies, man. We'll make a cookie factory eventually. Just not yet. And then back here is another stairway kind of down, and we'll show you that in a minute. I want to show you from the other side before we come back up this way. It's just, again, all kind of connected and put together. So let's get out, please. Close the door. But over here is one of my other favorite builds that I've ever done. This is kind of like a little low-lying village. And again, none of these houses are really complete. You can see that there's just dirt on the inside. There was a cave in, everybody died, nobody survived, sort of thing. But we got these over here, they're kind of finished. And it's just like a little village. So we had kind of like this low-lying area, and you can see that I put in this bridge that kind of connects this land from here over to the higher land on this side. We had this low-lying area, and I just had the bridge for the longest time, but I was like, man, let's put something here. And so we came up with this like little village area, and I really like it. I think it just came out really cool. A lot of detail work in the path, and you know, a lot of little details around the houses and different things like that. So it's like a little hobbit town, hobbit village thing. So again, oh, this one's actually finished for the most part. We got stuff on the inside. But lots of plant life, lots of flowers, very colorful. And I think it came out really nice. But this is the underside of the baker's house. So this is like the actual baker's house. And again, nothing on the inside, which is kind of sad. But eventually, we will get around to doing it all. I think it'll be cool. But this is the staircase that goes back up to the top side of the baker shop. So, like again, I said, it's all connected, which I really like. I try to do that with everything that I can, just because I think it adds more detail to the world, and it's more fun to explore things. You're like, oh, that's cool, it connects to this, or oh, that's cool, it connects to that. And speaking of, let's go back up this way. We'll come up to the other side of the bridge, and this is getting into the kingdom. There's still a ton of work that needs to be done over here. But this was a huge project. I think this took about the longest. It's tied between this and the Guardian farm that took the longest, but I think just it looks amazing. We still have a ton of work to do over here, and I want to do some really awesome stuff, but we got to get around to doing it. It's the next thing, man. So we'll just have to chip away at it slowly over time. But we have the Guardian of the Village, and this is kind of just a statue, and I think I got this from Jaracraft. So an awesome builder on YouTube. You can go check him out. I think if you just type in Jaracraft, Jerracraft, Jaracraft, he's got a lot of really fun little tutorials doing like statues and different kind of like house building and stuff like that. I get a lot of inspiration from that dude. So go check him out also. But yeah, so this is our castle. It is almost nighttime, so let's jump in our little hidey hole. This is some bulk storage that I had set up from when we built the castle. So there's tons of stone and cobble and stuff in here for you guys to use if you want to use it, if you ever run out, which I doubt you will. But if you do, it's all here. But let's head over into the actual castle. We got another bridge, and again, it connects down to that little low-lying village over there. We've got a staircase that runs all the way down, and a lot of this is still unfinished. You can see we want to put in a wall eventually, but it's all connected up, so it's a good way to get to and from if you ever need to. But let's head into the castle, man. So this was a huge project, huge undergoing, but it came out really nice, a lot better than I could have ever expected. So this is kind of like the main entrance from this side of village things into the back side of the village. This is going to be kind of like more, I don't know, more, it's hard to explain. Back here, I want to have more shops and kind of more like you would see like in a kingdom. So right there is a butcher shop, and then we're going to have houses eventually everywhere and all kinds of different cool stuff. But we just haven't really done a whole lot of work back here. I can't really find the inspiration to get started on some of the stuff back here. I think the problem is there's just so much to do. It's kind of overwhelming at this point. But we got the backside of the castle. A lot of it still needs to be finished, so we got to add in the towers still. But I think the last thing I did over here was fix the floor. Before, this was all just cobblestone and dirt, but we came back in and added a cool little pattern to it all, and it actually looks really nice. And you know what? Let's take this bed with us. We don't need it here anymore. We can sleep on it, so that's good. But yeah, so this is going to be a future area for building and all kinds of cool stuff. So if you've got ideas about stuff that we can do on this side of the village, make sure you leave them in a comment down below, and we'll definitely pick something out. I think it should be pretty awesome. And we messed around with those last episode, trying to think if that maybe looks like a ruby, like a jewel or something in the middle of that cross. It's supposed to be like a sword and a shield behind it, but it actually kind of looks more like a cross with like a jewel in the middle. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, so a lot of detail work went into all this stuff. We got it all set up and done, and I do want to come back in eventually and add more cobble and cracked stone bricks into all of this, because it is very flat feeling. And I think there's mobs spawning under here somewhere. I think there's a cave system that runs under here. But yeah, so over here we have our end portal. Now, I asked you guys a long time ago because our end portal is about like 5,000 blocks through the Nether on the other side of the world, and it takes forever to get over there to get into the end to use the farm or whatever the case is. And I asked you guys actually a long time ago if we could be kind of cheaty McCheaterson and cheat in some of the portal frames. That way we could build our portal room. And you guys said, yeah, go for it. I think it'll look cool, and I think it looks awesome. So we spent quite a bit of time getting this all set up over here, and I think it looks awesome. So we got portals to the Nether, we got a portal to the end, and all kinds of cool stuff in here with our speed 2 beacon underneath the portal. I think it's kind of like the finishing touch throughout the whole thing, isn't it? I think it looks awesome. And that actually goes all the way up to the top side of the mountain, so you can actually see the beacon on the top side. Otherwise it wouldn't be activated. I guess that's kind of a dumb question or dumb statement, but not a whole lot going on in here. Again, it's just kind of more for looks, and this is just our portal room. So it works, man. I love coming in here. I think it all looks really awesome. And I cleared out these chests. I think this was some backup armor from when we went and fought the Ender Dragon, when they introduced the new Ender cities and all that kind of stuff. We had to get the portals, so we had to respawn the dragon and all that kind of good stuff. So here is the most important room in my Minecraft world, right? This is the donations hall, the subscribers hall, the patrons hall, whatever you want to call it, man. This is your guys' memorial. So anybody who donates to the channel or becomes a patron gets, well, I guess I should say the patrons get enchanted diamond armor that goes on a stand here with your name and whether you're a patron or not. And we got 2 patrons. We got Ruben Mays, and then we got Young Skittles over here. And then if you donate to the channel for whatever reason, you get an iron suit of armor. Just some sort of way to memorialize you guys in my world, right? So anybody who helps support the channel, you get some sort of something back for you guys. And this is for Minecraft. Like if you want to become a patron for Ark, it's a whole different thing, but you will get memorialized in both worlds. So keep that in mind. But then back here is the most important things. These are all of your guys' comments, things that we have built over, I couldn't even tell you how long. And I found out last episode that I'm kind of sad about. These things are broken. So it still says what episode it was, but all the text is messed up. And I'm not sure if that's a snapshot thing or what, but I have a feeling that they're going to be broken for a long time. And I'll probably have to go back to each episode and figure out which ones we did. And so like I said, that's episode 130. And I like that noise. That's cool. And this is episode 131. It looks like we did 2 things that episode, so we do like a dash. Yeah, there's 2, but it goes all the way through. So anything that you guys submit to be built in this world, if we pick it, we'll write it down in a book and quill, and then you'll get memorialized over here, and we'll put it in an item frame. And eventually I would like to really kind of start filling this up. So we have a lot more user requests and stuff over in the old world that I would like to bring over here, but I think it's more fitting that they stay over there since that's where those builds are. So this is kind of all for the new stuff. So if you want your name in this world, you can leave a comment, and if we pick it and we actually build it, you'll get set up in one of these item frames. If you become a patron or you donate to the channel somehow supporting the channel, you get memorialized with an item frame, not an item frame, but an armor stand with the suit of armor and all that kind of good stuff. So that is that. That's the most important room in my Minecraft world. So I don't know, go explore it, man. It's a lot of cool stuff in there. So big thank you to all our patrons and supporters that we've had over the years too. But I think that about does it for the overworld. I'm probably forgetting some stuff. There's not a whole lot going on. We have an old like memorial room down there that we don't use anymore, so it's not really worth showing. But I think that's about it. So now we need to head, actually, let's start with the end, man. We'll go over to the end and we'll check out our Ender farm. That way you guys know where it is and you can check it out. It is busted right now. So you guys saw last episode, we tried to do some maintenance on it. We got it kind of working, but for the most part, it is still busted. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. But you come through that end portal and then you want to turn around and follow the cobblestone path all the way down here. So it is a very long and dangerous path, so make sure you don't throw any ender pearls here, because I've almost died multiple times from throwing a crooked ender pearl and stuff like that. But check it out, there is our end farm, the beautiful broken thing it is, and we need string. String is the reason that it's not working right now, is because apparently there was an update or a change, because this used to use pressure plates and stuff like that for pushing mobs around, but apparently mobs do not spawn on pressure plates anymore. Can we fly down here? Oh, there we go. We can glide a little bit. But they no longer spawn on the pressure plate, so it doesn't work. It's broken right now. And we have a couple of layers up there with the string and the pistons and what do they call the tripwire hook, and it does work. And everybody here should be half a heart, so you can just come and one punch them and they'll die and you can get XP and ender pearls and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll just let those guys kind of start piling up. I think everything we have with mending is full. But we got a little enchanting station, so when we needed XP and stuff like that, we can come over here and do all that. And we have an ender chest around here somewhere. Yeah, here they goes. So we got our ender chest, so if we ever need diamonds or anything like that, I typically try to keep a few diamonds in there. But back over here is just ender pearl storage, and most of this is actually pretty empty. I need to come back over here and restock on everything. That way we have a backlog of ender pearls. And again, a bunch of junk. We got stuff everywhere, guys. It's falling out of our ears. We got a Fortune 3 axe in here. Sweet. But that is about it. And as far as the end goes, we don't really have any other kind of cool stuff here. This is what we built like pretty much like right away when we came to the end the first time, since we needed the XP. So I am going to cut here, then I'm going to meet you guys in the Nether. Just in case you're wondering too, our end portal going back is in the very middle of the island. So they changed the way all that works and generates now, so it's all in the middle of the island. Alright, but now let's head into the Nether. We've got actual Nether portals over here that we can use. I always forget that we have Nether portals here, even though this is our portal room. And so if I need to go back to the hut, you would think you could, for whatever reason, I think I can run over there faster than I could go through the portals, but that is not the case, man. You just come in the Nether portal, and we can portal hop around this world. Everything is connected via Nether portal as well, and it makes it real easy for traveling to and from, back and forth. So this is the Nether portal to the portal room. It's kind of on the back side, and this is the portal to over by our little storage hut. So I'll show you this. It's kind of hidden behind the waterfall. I guess I forgot to mention that while we were over there. So I'll show you real quick. But yeah, so this is over here. There's our storage hut. We have this staircase here. If you come up here, our portal is right behind this waterfall next to the sawmill, right? So this is how I get to the Nether most of the time. We come through here, and this is kind of this is where we go, man. This is like everything is connected from here. So this tunnel right here will take you back to the old world. Now, I don't know where you're going to spawn in the world download or anything like that, whether it's close to here or if it's all the way back in the overworld, but if you do happen to spawn over there, which you probably will, I think I tried to reset the actual spawn point to this world to over here, but I don't know if it's stuck. So you may spawn over there, but if you come into the Nether, just follow the longest tunnel. From over there, you come into the portal and it'll be to your right hand side, so just follow that all the way down and it'll bring you here. So this is my Nether. There's really not, the Nether's kind of lackluster for me, right? We got some netherrack in there that we use for smelting and stuff like that, but up here is our wither skeleton farm, which we do not use enough. Let's go ahead and fill up on hunger just in case we get hurt up here. But this is our wither skeleton farm. It's set up in 3 different layers all around an old Nether fortress. So if we head up here, we get blazes, we get magma cubes, we get withers, or wither skeletons and all kinds of stuff. So this is the lower layer here, and everybody should be spawning. I was just in here the other day, and there was a bunch of stuff because I needed some blaze rods, but it looks like I can hear skeletons above us. But there's not much going on in here now. So basically what you do is you just kind of run back and forth, and if you need to reset the spawns, you go back down to the bottom and go out that way a little bit, and it'll kind of, you'll get far enough away that the spawns will reset, things will despawn, or things will start spawning when you come back, and all that kind of good stuff. So if we come over here, this is the middle layer. There's lots of blaze carnage around here. Yeah, so there's a wither skeleton there, and it sounds like there's more up top too. Let's see if we can get lucky and get a wither skeleton while we're here, or a wither skull. Back that way, there's another blaze farm that I eventually want to make a blaze spawner that I want to make a blaze farm out of. Excuse me, which we haven't really done much with yet, but it just kind of connects more of the Nether fortress. And there's some portals down there. And when we tried to do the man cave thing, if you go down that way a little bit and up to the left, you'll see a Nether portal. And if you go through that, that'll take you to that little house that we made over there. Nothing, I'm not going to show you because I'm kind of embarrassed by it. Not a lot happening. But we do have a blaze spawner here, which I thought would be cool to do both the Nether, or the wither skeleton farm and a blaze farm all in one, which we may do but it also kind of sounds like a bad idea. Let's go see. I think we got a couple more up top. Maybe we can try to get a wither skeleton skull. It's kind of quiet in here today. Typically there's a lot of blazes and a lot of magma cubes, but not much going on today. So this is the top level. Not much going on here. It's just a normal skeleton. There's a couple wither skeletons here. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. We're withered. We're withered. Oh man. Okay, we might die. Oh, these skeletons, man. They are terrible. Look at him go. He's like bouncing all over the place. Well, I'm out of here. We're leaving. This is bad news in here. But yeah, so it does work. You guys can see. And we got more junk around here. I think this is from when I was building it. Yep, lots of stone stuff and all kinds of other things. But up here, this is our top of the nether, I don't know, glitchy hole thing. So this will actually take you to the top of the nether. And I think I just have some tree farm set up here, since this is kind of just like a really good spot for tree farming. You can set it all up and there's nothing spawning around you, which it's safe for the most part. And eventually I want to set up one of the actual gold farms on top of here, but they did end up patching, I think they patched it anyway, but you could use the dark oak trees and grow them and it would actually break bedrock. And that's what we did up here. And that's how we punched a hole through the top of the nether. My dog is snoring. So it's not fancy. I tried to make it as clean as possible. I wanted to make like a huge, like at least a 2x2 hole all the way down, but it was just taking too long and we ended up getting these two here. So that worked out for me. And like I said, I think this is just a tree farm for the most part. Yeah, we got leaves, man. Oh, I didn't know we had all these leaves up here. That's awesome. I think we did a wither battle up here. I think when we fought the wither, we got a couple of beacons, but I think we did it up here and that's what all these torches are. And I couldn't tell you where that goes. That goes somewhere, but I have no idea where. So follow at your own risk. It's kind of one of those things I just forgot about. It's so many different areas that you can go in this world. But yeah, so lots of cool stuff up here. Oh, got some gold, an apple. We'll leave the apple there in case we're ever starving for whatever reason. But I think now we're going to head back down and then I'll show you guys how we get over to the Guardian farm. So all of our farms are connected via the Nether. So we've got the Sky farm, which is where we get our gunpowder, bones, and string. And then it's connected to our Guardian farm, which you get all the prismarine stuff from. And then we have our sand farm, which I'll show you. We probably won't go check that out, but I'll show you where it is in case you ever need it. And we got our wither skeleton farm. It's all here, which is awesome. And I think that's about it. There's a couple other portals, I think, going to and from some different places. But can we float down there? Perfect. Over here is there's Paw Mules. We talked about him earlier on in the video. He's kind of our fast nether horse for traveling around. But down here is our nether, not a nether portal, but our sand farm. So if you follow this right here, and if you go all the way out there, it's super dangerous. Don't do it if you don't have a potion on you, because you will get knocked off if you're not careful from gas and everything else. But that's our sand farm, so kind of like a sand quarry. Not much happening over there, just kind of a big sand pit. We don't use sand for too much, but when we use glass we end up using a lot of it, so we needed some sort of sand farm. And we're going to take Paw Mules with us just so we can travel around a little bit quicker. Are you tied up? You might be tied up, but the thing is invisible. You can't see it. Can we get off? Gimme. We're stuck. Okay, so I think these things are kind of bugged. Oh, there we go. No. Give me the lead back. Where'd the lead go? There it is. Alright, so now we are off to this right here. That was a quick stop. This will take you up to the Sky farm. So again, our portal going into like our storage hut is right over there on that side of things. This one, don't activate that. I don't know where it goes. It could be something dangerous. But that goes back to the storage hut there. And this one right here goes to the Sky farm. So if we come up here, I'll show you this. So this is one of like the we've built mob farms before, but I really like the way this one came out because we did some cool stuff with it. We got these giant chain links going all the way up to the top, and up there is the actual farm. So it's just an ethos style farm with the water and stuff on the inside, and it just kind of flushes them all down to the center hole. And then here they drop, and underneath these slabs are hoppers, and everything gets filtered into these chests here. So we can see that we got a ton of stuff in here. But then we also have some bulk storage back over here for different things. Random pieces of armor, all that kind of good stuff. So gunpowder, bones, which we end up taking a ton of most of the time. And then that one is for string, but I just emptied it out. So yeah, this is our mob farm. If you ever need any normal mob drops, you can come up here and just kind of AFK for a little bit. It works pretty quick, but it's not the fastest. But it's done me well since we built it in this world, so that's pretty awesome. So let's head back into the Nether, and then we're going to go check out the Guardian farm. And I think that's it, man. World tour complete. Oh, it's taking so long. My throat is killing me right now. But let's get on Palm Mules, because we definitely are going to need him to get over here. And we've got a little stable thing on the other side. But this is a very long tunnel thing here. And you want to be careful about gas. So you've seen that one, he's flying right over there. But it's all open to the sky, so watch out for gas when you're coming through here, because you could take a little bit of damage. But we got this long tunnel, and I do want to come back and pretty all this up eventually. It's just one of those things, we hadn't gotten around to doing it yet. So, yeah. Pigman, how you doing? Let's come over here. We're going to park this guy in the little stall that we got going on here. Get him in there, turn around, take a little bit of damage, that's fine. But here is the portal to the Guardian farm, and this is one of the biggest projects that we've ever undergone in this world, and it took so long, but it was so worth it, man. This place is amazing. Oh, so if you've never seen this place, welcome to the factory. So actually, what do we call it? We call it like the research facility or something like that. I forget what it was now, but the idea is supposed to be kind of like an old plant, just kind of like abandoned and stuff like that, old water plant. So we've got like gears and stuff here that we can turn the water flow on and off from these different areas, and it's all pretty safe around here. It's lit up from all these torches that look terrible, but I don't know if we'll ever get around to doing like hidden lighting around this area, just because there's so much stuff to light up. But this is our Guardian farm, so we got some basic tools and a bed here if you ever need to come back over here and sleep. But up there, I should show you too, we have another little tree farm, which isn't much. There's not a whole lot going on up here. It's just a little area I was doing tree farm so I could collect leaves to do all the leaves and dark oak stuff around here, because you can see that there's a ton of it. I think often, well, one of these directions, I think I've got some stuff over on one of these islands. I forget what it is, but this is kind of just like out in the middle of the ocean. So if you've ever gone hunting for a Guardian farm, you know how they're just like in the middle of the ocean. That's where this one was. But we found it. We tore out the entire temple, and then we built this place up all around it, man. There was so much water here that we had to get rid of. It was terrible. I will never build another Guardian farm like this again. If we ever do another Guardian farm, it's going to be super simple in comparison. So I don't ever want to do this amount of building or getting rid of water ever again. It was terrible. But it came out, man. It's so worth it. It looks amazing. This is one of my favorite builds that we've ever done in this world, and it looks so cool. So up on top there, we have a bunch of dispensers and redstone and all kinds of stuff that it's all connected down to a button right there at the bottom. You press that, it dispenses water, and that's where the Guardians start spawning, and then they'll fall all the way down to the bottom to their deaths. And then we actually have a collection system down at the bottom, and eventually one of the things I want to work on soon is an item elevator to get all the items up from the very bottom all the way up here to the top. So all this is just for show. There's nothing around here, so you can go look if you want, but you know, just there's nothing there. Just so you know. But over here we have a little bit of storage. This is where I have all the sand, or had all the sand, or most of the sand and gravel and stone bricks, I guess, for building all of this. But I think I have moved most of the gravel back over to the storage hut, and actually there's some on the ship, I think, as well. But that's kind of some basic storage around over here that we can, you know, store the prismarine and all that kind of stuff. Right now we just got a bunch of chests down at the bottom, which we'll go down there and show you. But right here is the button to turn the whole thing on. So you can see this redstone is actually connected underground to this redstone torch stack that goes all the way up there and connects to all the dispensers you can see in the ceiling there. And once we push the button, it's going to create a lot of lag. So I apologize in advance. But it activates all the dispensers up there and drops all the water. And then once the water falls all the way down, the guys start spawning. And then from there, that's actually pretty quick. Turning it off is more of a lag monster. But they should start spawning here soon. Let's back up just a ton. I don't know if we're like too close to it. There they go. So they're just going to start falling to their deaths. The water is flowing downwards, so it pushes them down. And the fence gates are all open, so they pass through it, but it keeps the water up. And so you can see down there, they fall, they splat, and they drop all their good stuff. And we'll head down there, and I'll show you that real quick. I don't really have a good way of getting around down here, so you just take some damage, but it's okay. It's okay. And you can see, or you can hear them dying. They're all falling on this platform here. And I've got this iron golem, but we found out last episode that I don't think these guys will actually attack anything anymore. Unless they get provoked or something like that. I'm not sure how that works anymore. But these guys, this guy was for the ones that fall and don't die. So I don't know if we'll see one of those. But every now and then you get one that doesn't die on contact when he falls to the floor. And this guy was supposed to kill him, but I don't think he messes with him anymore. But yeah, so they drop all their items here on the floor, and we'll go ahead and close that just in case any of them survive. But we have a collection system here. So we've got a ton of hopper minecarts that just go back and forth, and we've got a drop-off system. So this chest is full. There's all my fish. This is where I'm getting all my food. That now from the fish farm. But we can come over here. If we flip this lever, it's going to turn everything on. It's going to send the minecarts off on their way, and you can see that it's picking up all the items as they go back and forth. So how cool is that? And once they're full, they're going to come over here and stop and drop off all their goodies. And once they're done unloading, they're going to go back on their way. And this guy I think is going to stay because it's full. Oh, I guess maybe not. I guess maybe it's filling up the hopper or something. But yeah, so it's all automated for the most part. We just now need to figure out what we want to do with all these items. We're going to have to set up some sort of item elevator to get rid of all these chests here so they're all full, or getting full of stuff. Oh, no. Oh my goodness, what are you doing here? Do I have my bow on me? I do. This guy should not be here. I don't know where he came from. I guess it's dark enough for stuff to spawn down here, huh? I just had a little mini heart attack. It's okay. Ugh, so scary. But yeah, so this is the Guardian farm. We want to set up a, I was trying to remember what I was saying before creeper attack, but we got to set up some sort of item elevator to get all this stuff up top, but we just haven't quite figured that out yet because the load of items that would need to go through the elevator is real. It's a lot of stuff that gets transported. This farm is pretty quick. I don't have exact numbers on, you know, how much stuff spawns per hour, but it is a lot. I can say that for the most part. Let's go ahead and turn this guy off real quick, and I'll show you how much lag this creates. Oh, it's so terrible. I'm trying to get rid of all the water. It's disappearing. Oh, it's so bad. It's like 2 frames a second. But yeah, so dudes, that's it. That is my Minecraft world over the last year or so. Again, I probably missed some things along the way, but I think this was kind of like the most important stuff. Oh, it's still going, man. It's so slow. But look at them all fall. There's so many of them. It works really, really well. So I really want to get this all polished up, get the items elevated all the way up to the top, and we can kind of do all that. But anyways, dudes, thank you guys so much for all your support over the years, man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. For anybody interested in, again, supporting the channel or anything we do, you can check out the Patreon links. You can check out the donation link. You can go grab a t-shirt, man. This is one of the cool things. I'm excited for you guys to be able to have this. I know I've had some people ask over the last couple of years, where are the t-shirts? They're here. So go grab one if you want. I'll have links to everything down below in the description, so go check it out. And again, thank you guys so much for 200 episodes of my Minecraft world. I would not keep doing this if you guys didn't keep watching. So keep up the awesome support. Thank you so much. Thank you for almost 18,000 subscribers. It's insane. We're just still growing, and I'm having so much fun doing all this. And Samson wants to say hi. He's back there sleeping. But yeah, so thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. I really, really appreciate it. Hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace.